Even though it's wrong out loud.
I'm testifying for you. I do that 3-4 times again. I testify for you. I told I like you, that bitch. I do it all, and I'm around. You scared to do? I'm not. Long as you joking now in for me, I ain't got it. My bitch scheming, looting, hide your bodies. Long as you dreaming about me, ain't no problem. I don't got nobody just with you right now. Tell the truth, I look better under you. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can us lose and miss the moment? You just too important. Nobody like you do. I can't lose when I'm with you. I can't just lose and miss the moment. You just too important. Nobody like you do. You do. In the top ride with you, I feel like Scarface. Like that white bitch with the bob, I'll be your main one. Just take this argument back up to my place. Sex remind you I'm not violent on your day one. We ain't had shit, yeah. It was magic, yeah. Smash and grab shit, yeah. Nasty habits take a hold when you're not here. Ain't a home when you're not here. Hard to grow when you're not here. I'm saying I can't lose when I'm with you. How can I lose and miss the moment? You just too important. Nobody like you do. I can't moment. You just too important. Nobody like you do. You do.
When you want mine, are you frontin' on me and I'm the main one flying? Are you blaming on me? You the main one lying. I ain't threatening leaving, I'm the main one flying. Just tryna be your everything. Hey, you the main one lying. I ain't threatening leaving, I'm the main one flying.
What is up, my good people? This is your girl Jasmine Taisha, and we are back with yet another video. I hope y'all had a good Sunday, and in honor of your girl hitting 100 subscribers, I would like to show my appreciation. And while I am just starting on this journey, and it is back to school, so keep that in mind. I do have a 7th grader this coming school year, right? So in honor of me hitting 100 subscribers, I want to do a giveaway just to show my appreciation and let you guys know that I really appreciate y'all for real, like no BS. So in honor of me reaching 100 subscribers, this is something that I saw another YouTuber do, and I was so inspired by it. I literally said, when I really get into YouTube like I want to, and I'm serious about it, I'm going to do that on my channel. And here we are. We hit our very first 100 subscribers yesterday. Yeah, I reached 100 subscribers yesterday, so kudos to that. Do a little giveaway. So being that this is something that I did get the idea from one of my favorite YouTubers that goes by I'm Official M. That's my girl, so shout out to her. I'm going to do an Amazon gift card giveaway, right? But the catch is the code is going to be somewhere in this video. So you got to stay locked in, and you have to pay attention to when the code comes wherever on the screen. It's going to be on the screen somewhere, and I don't even know where it's at. So that leaves you to pay attention. Make sure that you are watching the video all the way through. And yeah, let me see who get this little gift card. It's not big, but guess what? I'm doing this for every 100 subscribers I hit, and the gifts will only get bigger. So keep that in mind and make sure that you are tuning in to all of my videos. Make sure that you are liking, comment to engage with the girl. If you have any questions, please don't be afraid to ask me. I love this item so bad. So yeah, what I will be doing in today's video is applying my new lashes. So I took my lashes off the other day and it's time for me to put a new pair on. So with that being said, that's what I will be doing while we have this little vent session about things nobody warned me about in my 30s. So I am currently 35 years old, and it just seems like I've learned so many different things since becoming like in tune with myself. Just becoming in tune with myself, I've learned so many different things. I just want to go over that while I apply my lashes. Now this lash kit that I am using is by Yeduo. I think that's how you say it, Yeduo. This is not sponsored. I got these lash clusters. It came in a set of 3. And y'all, ever since I got the gifs on how to do my own clusters, girl, I will not, I'm not gonna say never, but I won't be paying nobody to apply no kind of individuals or no kind of clusters on me, because I can do this myself, and it is so freaking simple. Now, this kit does come with 3 sets of clusters. Are they different? I don't know. They look the same to me. I think they just, duplicated, so you got multiple pairs or multiple clusters to choose from. I think that they send multiple of the same exact set, because these, I cannot find a difference in these lashes. Now, as far as the length, yeah, from 10 to 18 millimeters, yep. And it comes with, of course, 2 of the bond and seals, and then it also comes with the lash remover. So I'll go ahead and put that QR code here on the screen in case someone wants to shop and get this set, this exact set. Yeah, it'll be there. So yeah, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into today's topic, and I'm gonna go ahead and start doing these lashes. So yeah, like I was saying, so things nobody warned me about in my 30s. So as you all know, they say with age comes wisdom, right? So it seems as though the older I got, I literally became wiser. So I started to like come, in tune with myself and just figuring things out that I didn't think would naturally come to me. One of the main things that I noticed that changed as I got older is friendships. So while everybody aspires or probably dreams to have that one best friend that they can literally do anything with, you can hit your girl up and just be like, hey, let's go such and such, book a flight, y'all hop on a flight, go do whatever, whenever. Everybody probably dreams or wants to have that bond with that one best friend that they, locked in with, right? So while I still aspire to have that, and I pray that one day I have the opportunity to, lock in with a female like that again. Like, I really enjoyed having that best friend, and being that me and my past best friend fell out over something that, so it wasn't really something that I caused. It's just something that happened and I heard about that hurt my feelings like really, really bad. And I just could not see myself getting past it at the time. So I just knew that was the end of the road. This is the lash glue that I'm going to be using. It's by I Envy, and It's black, but it dries clear. And I got this from my local beauty supply store. Let's see if I can find a code and link it here in case you want to get it. I actually have the, let me see, where is it? This is the one I normally use. It's white, but it dries clear. And then this is the black one that dries clear. I've heard and saw so many people use this one, so I think that it is better. This one works good, don't get me wrong, but I just want to try this one, so I actually went out today to get the black one. But yeah, although I, still aspire to have that best friend that we can, talk to each other and just do different things with, I just felt like I feel like everything always happens for a reason, and when things like that happen, you just got to accept it for what it really is. But I guess since we've been locked in so long, I just never really expected something like that to happen. And the way that I found out was honestly never supposed to happen. The only way that I found out that this said experience took place was because the person that told me had a falling out with my ex-best friend, right? So when things like that happen, I literally did not even I didn't want to bring it up, for one, because why did it take for y'all to fall out for me to figure this out? So you mean to tell me if nothing ever happened between y'all, then I would have never known. And here I would have just been hanging around knowing things are going on behind my back. So I always feel like everything happens for a reason, but I just didn't know how to acknowledge the issue with my friend being that not the way I was told. Like, you know how it is. People be messy for real. And I just feel like that was very messy on the person who told me part. It was real messy of her to do that. Because if you weren't going to tell me if y'all didn't have an issue, why tell me since y'all had an issue, But it's whatever. I accept things for what they are, and I just talk to God about it and say everything happens for a reason. It was a reason that I found out the way that I found out, and it's a reason why she came to me and told me. So yeah, I just gotta accept things for what it really is. But I do also know that when you are going through certain things in your life and you are trying to elevate, God will literally remove people that aren't supposed to be there for real. So I also looked at it in that way. However, when it all boils down, and what I do when I put my lashes on, my clusters, so as you can see, I put the glue on a little section right here, right? So I start off in this section. I'll probably put 2 clusters on. So I go in this section and put it on, and then I get my handy dandy fan and I dry it off a little bit, because you want it to get tacky. You don't want it to be wet when you are applying the lash, because it will not stick for real. So yeah, anywho, and you don't want to blink too much, because you don't want it to get caught on your bottom lash. My lashes are very thin, so yeah. But yeah, I just feel like when you get older, like I said, and you're going certain places, everybody is not meant to go with you on certain journeys of your life. So like I said, I feel like everything happens for a reason. And while I did find out on a humbug, is what I like to say, it was still meant to be. Like, it was meant for me to find out the way that I found out. So yeah, it is what it is. Friendships change. That's just the bottom line. Things happen and people change. You can't take everybody to the top with you. In other words, that's just that on that, for real. So yeah, I just accepted it for what it is and just moved on. But that's something I did not prepare for in my 30s. You know, things like that I expect to happen while you're young, you know, in your 20s and, you know, just still really finding yourself. But as I can see, it don't matter how old you are, things are going to happen. If it's meant to be, it's going to happen. So yeah, and I just take my tweezers and I go in and I stick the lash on. And being that it's tacky, it's going to just stick, right? Then you want to go in and you want to press that down with the tweezers. So those two are on. And then I just move to the next section. So I'm going to do that to complete this whole eye while we get on to the next topic. If this is something that you experienced, pray about it. Talk to God. If it's something that you feel like can be worked out or work through it. If not, life goes on, boo. Life is going to go on. That's one thing about life. It's going to go on. The thing that I want to mention that I wasn't warned about that happens in your 30s is starting over feels embarrassing sometimes. So being that you kind of feel like since you're, you know, you in your 30s, you not really no little girl. You know, 20s is more of that stage where you out, you know, you hanging out a lot, you partying, you turning up, da-da-da. And you feel like when you get in your 30s, that's when you're supposed to start getting your shit together for real and figuring out what you really want to do with your life and stuff like that. So when when a situation arises that causes you to have to start over like I am now, because I'm 35. I will literally be 40 so I turned 36 in September, so that's about a month in a few weeks. So yeah, starting over at 35, just, it feels embarrassing, but who put that rule together? Like, it's no certain age that you gotta be to feel like you need to get yourself together and really get things established, you know? Anytime that I have to start over, and especially doing it publicly, because you know everybody is seeing what's going on and you know they probably judging you, so you feeling some type of way. So it can definitely feel embarrassing. But what I've learned is ain't nobody perfect and things happen. Like literally things happen. People's life can change within a blink of an eye. And while you thought you had it all figured out, you thought, you know, you had your mind set on having such and such accomplished by such and such, and something just arises that causes you to start over, and that's okay as long as you are acknowledging the fact that you realize you starting over, or you know you getting yourself together for real this time. I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that. Acknowledging the fact that that's what's going on is the biggest thing for me. That goes back to what I spoke on yesterday. Do not let what other people you don't live for other people's opinion. Don't stop if you are, stop living for how other people feel. Do not let nothing nobody say deter how you feel about something. If that's what you feel like needs to be done in order for you to progress and reach your goals, what a hater got to say. Don't let nobody get you overthinking and have you second guessing what you really should be doing for real. And I really had to learn that because I'm human. We all human. We go through things like that. Y'all see I got the glue on my eye? It's okay. It'll dry. Once it dry, it'll probably be easier to come off versus, oh, it'll wipe right off. But yeah, so I had to learn to stop allowing what people think to get in my head and make me feel like I shouldn't be doing such and such. So yeah, that is one thing that happens when you get older, because you feel like you just be feeling like you old enough, you should already be established. Ain't no time limit on when you should be a certain point at a certain point in your life. There's no time limit. I didn't dry that. There's no time limit on it. Most people aren't really successful and settled in until they're in their 40s and 50s anyways. So I mean, even though, like, although that's not a stopping point or a certain timeline either, the average, I believe it's the average millionaire is in their 50s or 60s. So yeah, it's still, you still got time. 30 is not old. 30 is not, that point where you should be at a certain phase in your life. Like, everybody on their own time. Everybody is on their own time. So as long as you, like I said, as long as you are doing what you need to do to accomplish your goals and you are acknowledging the fact that that's what's going on, girl, you good to go. I'm telling you, you are good to go. Just accepting it for what it is. That's the biggest thing. Accepting what's happening in your life for what it is my main thing. Relationship with money changes. Oh yes. Just like I said the other day, I want to get out of impulsive spending. That is such a bad habit to have, and you would think the older you get, the more it don't have nothing to do with age in reality. When you really think about it, there's people in their late teens, early 20s that are way more financially stable, that are way more put together, way younger. And then you also got people around that age that are still just like living a fast life and just spending just because they got it. So there's really not a certain age where you should, well, I'm lying, because you should be settled and what's the word I'm looking for? So you should definitely be getting yourself financially prepared for like emergencies and stuff like that. So you should definitely be working toward becoming more financially literate towards that when you're in your 30s. However, things happen and everybody does not have the same situation. So it's really dependent on your situation. If you aren't like, so it's different, because if you're in a relationship and if you're single, and then the type of job that you have will dictate what you can do with said money. So your outlook on finances do change when you become older, because you know that you're getting up there. So you got to make sure that you established, as long as all of your important things such as life insurance and just all the important assets and things are lined up and in place. I think that is a good head start. Some people don't even think about things like that until it's too late. And next thing you know, tragedy strikes, and then they're having to, ask their community for help and stuff like that. So I just think your outlook on it change the older you get, but it's not to say that you are like you have to be this or you have to be that by this age, But it's definitely a good thing to be established in the mind in your 30s. Being a mom while trying to build your own life, that can become very overwhelming, because when you are a mom, you are constantly thinking about the best interests of your kids or kid. You literally want to make sure your kids are, of course, well taken care of. They are being raised right. You are teaching them everything possible that you can teach them. You also want to make sure they're getting unconditional love that you didn't receive as a child, that they are respectful. It's like you put yourself on a back burner because you want to make sure that your kids are getting a life that you probably or more than likely did not have. So when I have goals and stuff that I want to achieve, I overthink because I'm just wanting to make sure that my daughter is, getting everything that she needs to get from me. Financially, when it comes to things like wanting to do things for myself, oh, that's on the back burner. It's a challenge trying to build your own life when when you have children. But women in my age that don't have children, I'm pretty sure they tend to be more established, like with what they are doing with their life, than the average mom around the same age, because they don't really have like a huge responsibility. And while some do have children and they're also, well established, it's probably because they had a better financial upbringing. While they always say money don't bring happiness, I sometimes beg to differ, because money can bring happiness, and it will, because I feel like my biggest burden or my biggest uh, stress and my biggest obstacles come from not being financially set. So being that I'm unemployed, I'm just now, like starting over with something new, trying to go down this career path instead of, working a 9 to 5 a lot. And well, versus somebody who had the opportunity to, not even the opportunity, but had the decency to jump into this earlier on in their life and not waiting until they're, in their 30s, or waiting until they had children to start doing something like this. Once they get of age, and then, they're already financially established. So a lot of this stuff has to do with finances. So I feel like money can bring happiness to an extent. I'll say that. But overall, I hear a lot of people who are wealthy just say how they're still not happy. Like if they don't have that man in their life, or it's like they be like they're missing something. They got the money, they can do whatever they want to do, but they still not happy. I mean, I can see both sides. I really can. I think everybody is just different. That's just what it is. Because I honestly, while I do feel like it's important to have friends in your life that you can, just hang out with, to do stuff, to get out of the house, and to just to have things to do and not be so homebody. Because I'm literally a homebody. So I feel like it's good and stuff to have friends, but I think I would honestly be fine without that. Like, I have no problem with my man being my best friend. It seems like females bring drama. Well, some females, you just gotta find, and then you gotta find somebody that is on the same level as you. You cannot go out here and call yourself locking in and becoming besties with somebody that is still living a fast life. Like if you got a man, you got a child, you barely go anywhere, you'll go out to have a little fun, but you just don't do that on a regular. I just feel like you cannot be besties with somebody that's still living a fast life. It's just I just don't see it working. Cause while you over the gossiping phase, you over the looking on social media to see what this person posts, you over all of that, but and then you friends with somebody that's still into that I don't think will ever work. So you just got to find somebody that is in alignment with your goals and your aspirations. So yeah, that's it for that. And then you can feel behind even when you're actually making progress. Oh my gosh, like right now I feel like I'm doing so very good. I feel like I'm doing so good with my content. Like, I am posting every single day, even though some days, like today, it's a little late because I started late, but it's Sunday, and while I was vlogging, I had other things to do, like around the house, like just resetting the house for the week. And I didn't have to cook dinner today because my man did cook. but I was out Ubering trying to make some extra money because it is back to school. So yeah, just doing things like that. It did kind of put my video for the day on the back burner, which in return is causing me to post later. So I feel like posting so late, some people don't even get to see my video until the next day. So it's really like I'm not posting, you know, that day. But stuff like that, I just get in my head about it. But I can work around that. I'm not really letting that like beat me up or nothing. It's just like I said, acknowledging the fact that you realize it. However, I feel like I'm doing good with my long form content, but since I have been doing good with my long form content, I'm not keeping up with my short form. So I just feel like I'm getting ahead in one thing, but and then I'm setting myself back with something else. And I got collabs to, I have videos that I have to film for brands that I have partnered with. So like that stuff is getting pushed to the back burner because I want to make sure that I am getting these videos pushed out every day. And while I think structuring myself to certain time frames will help a lot, I think that's what this week right here is going to entail. I am going to set myself a time block schedule. So I'm going to time block and make it non-negotiable. Like my video has to be done by this time. My short form has to be done by this time, and then that gives me enough time to, you know, just make sure that I am editing early enough to get the video pushed out at a decent time and it's not super late. That way I'm not beating myself up about short form and making sure that my long form video is done, you know? So you just got, I think it's just all about time management. You got to manage your time right and make sure that you are making time for every single thing that you got to do in a day. When you got a busier day, like you got to manage your time right. If you don't, you're going to overwhelm yourself and you're going to feel like you're behind and you're just going to start beating yourself up. So those are just to name a few things that they warned me for that would still either would still happen in my 30s or start happening in my 30s. I was not prepared. However, if you in your 30s and you feel like you starting over, I promise you, you're not the only one. It happens every single day. While I am doing the 75 hard challenge, I don't know if you guys can see, but I do have my poster on the board. I have been doing really well and staying on top of everything that I set out for myself to accomplish in the next 75 days. Now, I'm not going to lie. I do feel like 75 days is a bit much, right? So, I did say was that I'm going to lock in for sure for 30 days. And then from there, you know, once you do something multiple times and so long, it does become a habit, right? So I'm praying that at the end of the 30 days, it just becomes so natural to me doing it every single day that I want to continue and make it to the whole, you know, make it the whole 75 days. However, if that's not the case, then I won't beat myself up about it because you got to start from somewhere. So I just feel like me dedicating even 30 days to achieving a certain goal is still really good. That's really good. Some people can't even do that. So doing it for 30 days is well over a good start. And then I'll just restart it. Like me doing these videos every day is not something that I just want to do one time. It's getting me in the swing of making sure that I am preparing for like the little trends that go on, like Vlogmas and stuff like that. And I know most people don't even do Vlogmas like it was originally done, like recording a video every day. A lot of people are doing weekly videos for Vlogmas, which is still good, you know. They're still uploading once a week, so even that is good. But yeah, like I said, I really like doing this. So I really think that even after the 30 days of me posting consistently, I think I will still continue to do it just because I feel so accomplished getting this done. And by the time the 30 days come to an end, I'll be so used to doing it. I'm pretty sure I will have a really down-packed system where it's not even hard. And then I want to make sure that I am covering topics that people really want to hear about. I don't want to just, record a video based off of what I think I should talk about. I want to hear some feedback from my supporters, or anybody that come across my video. I just want to know what kind of videos or what kind of content would y'all like to see me bring to my channel. So yeah, and that kind of sums up today's video. As you guys can see, I am almost done with my lashes. I got one more lash to put on, and yeah, I'll be done. And just like that, I just got something in the corner of my eye. Hold on. That's actually why I took this one and put the glue on the actual lash, because my lashes, like I said, is very thin, so sometimes it's hard to get the glue like right on the right piece of lash, because that's what it is. It's a piece. And then another thing, you got to make sure that you cleaning off these freaking tweezer things after every freaking application, because they will start getting sticky and it will cause you to pull them off, especially if that glue dry. You mess around and let that glue dry, girl, you might be in trouble. That's not the lash that I just had. Let me just get a new one. And yeah, basically all I do is I go on here and I grab the one that I need. For my lash map today, I just did like three 18s and then 3 16s. So I just kept it straightforward. Oh, I don't got no glue on here. But yeah, I really appreciate y'all for rocking with me though. If you are someone that has been watching every single one of my videos, I would love it if you were to comment down below and give me like some ideas, some video ideas that you want to see, or some type of content that you're interested in. Oh, did I really do that? I am, like I have already said, working on a vlog. I got a bunch of vlogs, y'all. I literally have vlogs from weeks ago that I just got stored and waiting to be edited. Y'all, editing is a lot when it comes to a long vlog, right? But that's okay, because I did say this week I'm going to start working on a drop for Thursday. I'm going to continue with my vlogs too, on top of doing these videos. I know I can do it. It just takes dedication. You got to dedicate yourself, got to dedicate your time, and you got to make sure that you are locked in. You got to really block that time off and sit down and don't get distracted. And me, girl, I'm so easily distracted. I'm like a kid when it comes to attention span, and I'm working on that too. So yeah, I will definitely have a set schedule this week so that my daily videos are uploaded at a decent time and it's not too late, so that I can make sure everybody who is watching my videos are seeing my videos the day I upload it and not the next day. But yeah, once I finish putting the lashes on, the seal, so I don't use the bond, especially since I'm using that glue, and don't mind this eye because I took those off. I'm about to redo them, but I use the seal at the end, and I'm gonna go ahead and seal this eye so y'all can see how I do it. So I hold it down, hold my lash down, my eyelash down like that, and I go in and I just kind of dab the seal on these so that it seals those clusters together so that they're not like spreading. And yeah, that's exactly how the seal works. And you want to make sure you dry it. And I just dry it on 2. so it's not too hard, but it's not too low. Sometimes I go up to 3 if I'm rushing, but yeah. Let me let y'all see. So these are my lashes. This one is turned a little bit inward. I gotta fix it, but for the most part, so yeah, this is going to be the end of this video. I did not even mean for it to go on this long, but I had to make sure I came on to talk to my good people today because, like I said, that code with that gift card, the code for the Amazon gift card is somewhere in this video. So if you have not found it yet, make sure that you go back through and try again. But I will see you beautiful people in my next video, which is tomorrow. I hope that y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's Sunday. And yeah, I will see y'all in my next one. Bye, besties.